right, it is time to go backstage with an act that it feels like we've grown up with. Instead of going out somewhere, going all wild, it feels like we're just rearranging the furniture to the way it used to be, because we're inviting an ex-roommate in. The Dublin-born Kilcullen-raised talent is no stranger to us, and after 3 years of playing her music, we're so ecstatic to finally get to know her better, both the time before us and what's still to come. It is April Lawler, aka April. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. So, right.
What an intro.
Well, look, I hope I didn't catch it too off guard. We'll ease into it, right? Here's what we like to do on the show. The theme is that we're backstage, right? The idea is that, yeah, you can have whatever you want in your backstage room before going out on stage. Well, April, there's no budget. You can have whatever you want. The sky's the limit. What are the 3 things you would want on your rider?
Oh my God. So, I would like unlimited iced coffee.
Oh, any particular flavor?
Or like maybe I have a really bad kind of addiction at the moment to an iced white chocolate mocha.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really bad for you, but really delicious. So maybe a few of those.
Okay.
Just to be like, I'm not going to say alcohol, I'm going to say the iced white coffees.
Yeah, of course. Well, look, we're open to anything here on the show, but we'll stick with the iced white coffee for sure. Why not?
Yeah, I'll be good. How about a PlayStation 5 so I can play some Fortnite before I go on stage?
Damn! Hold up. Okay, wait, we go talk about this. What's your third one?
And my third, God, this is so hard. I forget everything about myself. I'm trying to think of cool answers, like maybe a record player and some good records, like to chill me out after Fortnite, after my like inevitable victory royale.
Oh yeah, of course, the chicken dinner, right? You gotta relax after such a meal. Nice one. Okay, you are the first person to mention a game, and that makes me even more excited that we're going to get to know you a whole lot better. Okay, so April, here's a very fun fact, right? We rebranded to the Very Irish playlist here on Midlands 103 on the 10th of March 2022, and we tagged you. I don't know if you remember the Instagram that we put you on back 3 years ago now, over 3 years ago. You were the 5th song that we ever played back in March 2022. We played Hotel, and ever since then we've been staying on track with everything that you've been bringing out. We've been loving your sound, and so this means a lot to me personally, because I've been hearing your sound but I've never had a chance to actually talk to you, and I feel like the listeners have been feeling the same thing. So that's why we want to get to know everything about you. Like you were raised, from what I could tell, in like a music style family. Your father was into music. What got you into this lifestyle?
Well, first of all, thanks. Wow, that's crazy.
No worries.
Yeah, I was raised in a very musical house. My dad is a singer, songwriter, and ever since I was a kid, he was in a Johnny Cash tribute band. So he's been like Johnny Cash,
Nice.
which is very funny. And as I was a kid, I would like sing with him on stage, and he taught me to play the piano and the guitar. And yeah, raised listening to a lot of country music and like the Beatles, Johnny Cash, Elvis.
Okay.
But then, like, naturally, when I was a kid, I was a big pop music fan, like Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga. And then I'm just like trying to think of my like musical journey. Then when I was like maybe more of a teenager, I was super into hip hop, Tyler the Creator.
Oh,
That opened up like, now I like Frank Ocean, now I like Kanye West. Not that I do anymore, but
okay, yeah.
And then like slowly from there, I became a big fan of indie music and folk music. And I think throughout my musical journey, I've kind of touched on a lot of those genres. And I feel that is something that kind of not sets me apart, but, gives me my kind of sound, my like, uniqueness, writing. Like, I find it hard to put myself into a box when it comes to genre, because I love all music.
Yeah. And that must be very hard as a creative perspective, because like, exactly that. Like there might be moments where, you might have like identity crisis of like, what do I want to do next in terms of your sound? But it's crazy. I was going back through your music back from when, even before Hotel, and there are so many elements of your music that is still the same and that you still kept, and it's grown so nicely. I mean, going back to, where was it? New Conditions back in 2022 or 2020, your EP, to then Hotel, of course, and then only recently Puppy, which was our VIP track of the week when you brought it out. Where do you feel this adventure in only its short span of life? What do you think you've learned the most from all of this?
I think my biggest kind of lesson has been, there was a time when I was releasing the music like Hotel and a song like 54321.
Yeah.
It was very high energy. I was with a major label, which was really exciting, but I also did experience a big identity crisis. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I was in these rooms making very high polished music, and I kind of lost my creativity because I was trying to impress people or something.
Mm.
So I guess what I learned from that was well, as an artist, you're not ever trying to impress people. That's not the goal, you know. It's like it's to make music for yourself at the end of the day. And that was a big lesson in kind of taking a step back and just making music for myself rather than thinking of an outcome. So I would say that's probably my biggest lesson that I've learned so far is like outcomes. Don't make music for outcomes, make it for creative release. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's crazy because I couldn't agree more. I feel like when an artist takes up by an agency, especially early on in their career, there is that pressure of just kind of like, okay, now we need you to produce it, but we wanted the same thing again because everybody loved it. And you're like, okay, everybody loved it. Okay. So then you start like thinking, well, what will people love? You know, if I can keep branding this sound like this. And I think it's really important, especially for artists who are maybe just coming into exactly that. Write what you like, write what you know, and don't try to impress. In regards to what's still to come, Puppy was only recently. What's happening next?
So Puppy is one of many songs from a larger project that is called An Axe to Grind that I'm going to be releasing at the end of summer. Last year I also released Stretch, Burden, and Going Nowhere, 3 more songs from it. And yeah, there's a few more songs and it's all gonna fall together into a beautiful project.
Nice.
I'm not really calling it an album, I'm not calling it an EP, it just is what it is. It's a body of work.
I love it.
Really,
very cool. Yeah, so not quite an album, something different. An axe to grind. I know for me as a fellow gamer as well, there's definitely, I have those feelings after, someone ints me in a game or something like that. I gotta go back to Fortnite, April. I gotta go back to it. So how do you do? How many chicken dinners have you won this week?
Okay, so I go through phases of Fortnite.
Right.
I have been actually playing Fallout 4 recently.
Ooh, nice.
But so I haven't been playing Fortnite for the last couple of days. But usually I'm pretty good. I go through phases of being really, really great, victory royales all around,
yeah.
Amazing. And I suddenly am really bad, really terrible. And also I've recently moved home to Ireland, so I'm living with my family again and being in the same room as my little brothers. I have twin brothers who are 12.
Right.
I'm like, wow, I'm actually not good at all because they're insane. I can't play Fortnite around them.
Oh, no.
I lose my confidence. They start laughing at me.
There's not a more worse feeling in the world than as an adult being outclassed by a 12-year-old in a video game you've been playing almost longer than they could be alive. Who knows? By the way, where were you? You said you were out away from Ireland.
Yeah, I was living in London for the last 2 years. And then last year I lived, back and forth from Los Angeles.
Oh, nice. Oh, with the label work that you were doing.
No, when I was in London, I was doing things with Atlantic Records, but now I've got lots of friends over in America and I've been making my music with them over there and kind of just doing my thing like independently. I'm trying to move there.
Nice. Sorry, usually when I hear people going from England to Los Angeles, it's usually because of a label, but you actually just have the music connections already and you're just doing it for yourself. That's unreal. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. It's really fun. There was a time when I was like with the label and they were like, no, it's not the right time to go to LA yet. And then eventually I was like, well, that's a load of bullshit. Like, I'm just going to go. Yeah. And it worked out and it's working out.
Amazing. What? That's fantastic. Actually, can I ask you then, what's been like a memory that stood out for you, whether it's been like recording, live, travel, what in regards to your music career so far? What's been like a standout moment for you?
Well, on the topic of like being in America, because I think it's such a crazy thing to ever experience anything like in terms of like my artist career when I'm so far away from Ireland. And like I grew up just like so obsessed with like America because it's just like such a foreign, crazy world to Ireland. But a couple of times, like I've been in LA at like a bar or something and somebody has come up to me. It's happened like 3 times, but still, that's crazy. And been like, oh, hey, you're April and I love your music. And that's the most insane thing ever because I'm so far away from Kilcullen, Kildare.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they even recognize even without the pink hair and stuff now. They still just recognize it. That's wild. Oh, that's deadly. That's so cool. Across the ocean, April, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's only a matter of time before it's freaking global. Because again, we just love your sound from quite literally day one when we rebranded here all the way until here. And I'm looking at our playlist here. We had Circles, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, See Through, Stretch, Going Nowhere. It's been such a journey and it's been a real joy and pleasure to watch it along the way. So here's hoping with the future project of An Axe to Grind. We're going to be playing that, no doubt, as well. And of course, people can find you everywhere on
The Month April on Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias. That's my username.
Excellent stuff. April, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. And looking forward to getting to chat to you again. Best of luck with the travels and with the project ahead.
Thank you so much. And thanks for the lovely chat.
If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to leave a comment below or like and share it. It really helps the podcast get out there and of course gives an opportunity for more people to hear these stories. If you'd like to follow April, you heard it, it's called This Month April across all social media. And if you'd like to hear other chats that we had with artists over the time, well, you can do so on midlands103.com/podcasts. Scroll to see the Very Irish Playlist podcast or anywhere that you get your podcasts. I'm Adam C. Thank you so much for enjoying this chat and we'll see you every Sunday night between 10 p.m. and midnight.